Welcome into Cooking with Margie. I'm Eric Stafford. This is Margie Mansure, and we are here today with another great recipe. Now, I see some very seasonal stuff here.
Yes, it is seasonal, and you know, it's the best time of year, or one of the best times of the year, for a warm, hearty soup. We're beyond Thanksgiving. We've already stuffed ourselves, and it's coming up again. We have another holiday, so a seasonal soup is kind of light, and it's a complete and balanced meal.
Yeah.
So.
And people forget about soup. I think, especially here in the South, because it's warm weather. But now that it's getting cold, something to warm your bones, get you warmed up.
Absolutely. So yes, perfect timing. So we're going to make a butternut squash. We're going to show you how to cut up a butternut squash, just in case. Have you ever cut one up?
No, I never have. It's one of those things I pass by in the grocery store, and I probably should not, but you know.
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of people, they're like, well, what do I do with this? Even though it's on sale, I have no idea what to do with this. So we're going to cut that up. We're going to combine that with some white beans, some chicken, and season it up with some sage, and just make a really nice heartiness here.
All righty.
So I'm going to let you have the big pot here.
Yeah, I noticed I'm on the wrong side of the screen. What's going on?
Well, we've got to mix it up a bit every now and then. So we're going to start out. I've got some olive oil here. I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons in. And I'm going to go ahead. I've already cut up some of the squash, okay?
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
So I'll let you stir that around.
Okay.
And then, so we're going to just brown this up a little bit. So you can just stir it occasionally until it's kind of a golden brown. I've got that heat probably on medium.
Okay. Medium heat.
It's not sizzling yet. So.
Not yet. We're getting there.
Okay.
We're heating up.
So that'll be your job while I show you how to cut up this butternut squash. So, So you typically have the part down on the bottom that's the bulb. That's where the seeds are. Okay. The top part is just the neck, and there aren't any seeds. So that's the part. I just cut up about, I'd say, a third of this squash. And the reason why we're going to go ahead and brown this and get it started is because we're going to blend that up to make a thick broth.
Oh, okay.
And that's a great thing that you can do with any type of vegetable. Make it real creamy by actually blending up your vegetable and cooking some of that first.
Okay.
So you can peel this very easily with just a vegetable peeler.
Okay.
So that's, to me, that works easier than you could use a paring knife if you're good with a paring knife, or even a chef's knife. But to me, that pretty much works the easiest.
There you go.
So we have the base here. I think I might just cut that part off.
Yeah.
And it really helps to have a very sharp knife. So now what I'm going to do is, it's really important to have a flat part. So I'd probably just cut it, what I did before is I just cut it across there. Okay, and so I'm going to cut this in half. And this way I'll be able to get those seeds out of the middle. And there they are.
Oh, there they are. It is a...
Kind of like a pumpkin, right?
Yeah, it's like a pumpkin, but it's not a lot of seeds. It's surprising once you get it open.
There's quite a bit of meat with these butternut squashes. I mean, one of them, by the time you get it cubed up, you've got a good amount of vegetable.
Yeah.
So the way that I have always found this to work the best is just using a spoon and just scooping that out. Just kind of getting just like you would a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
We've all done that.
Yeah, we've all done that.
No problem. So, as you might guess, this is an orange vegetable. So what vitamins do you think it might be high in?
Maybe C.
Yes, it is. It's high in C. Very high, actually.
Is it very high?
Very high in C.
Very high in C.
Yes.
And then, I don't know, what else is...
What do carrots have? They're orange. This is a test.
I'm sitting here trying to think because I don't even know.
They have vitamin A, right?
Oh,
for your
vitamin
eyes.
A, okay.
Yeah.
So we're actually going for the vitamin there. I have no idea. But
Now you know.
yeah, and now carrots with the vitamin A is supposed to be really good for your eyes
Exactly.
because you've never seen a rabbit with glasses. So
It's very true.
keep that in mind, kids. But
Very true.
very true. I'm starting to get a little sizzle now. I think I'm starting to see
Finally.
some. Yeah, it's been a patient sizzle, but I'm seeing some bubbling
I am
going
hearing
on
that. Okay, so we scraped that out. So some people, they make really just like a bisque, a
Yeah.
squash bisque, but I like to have some cubes in there. So that's why we're starting with that, and then this will be our cube, the cubed part.
Now, pardon me for my ignorance, but as a bisque, what does how does that go? What is a bisque?
Well, a bisque is usually seafood, but vegetarian
really?
people have
Okay.
kind of moved that term on to
But it's kind of a creamy
vegetable,
soup.
but it's a
or-
creamy, yes.
Oh, creamy soup. Okay.
creamy
So I was looking for the French definition because
Yeah, I think as far as the French go,
Yeah,
they would say it's going to be seafood.
yeah, I studied. I barely made it through English, much less any other language.
Right.
So,
So let's see. This is quite a bit here.
it is quite a bit.
So I'll just cube this up. And maybe a third of an inch or a quarter inch, something like that, cubes would
Yeah.
be good for this. Whatever size you like.
Mm-hmm. I do tend to be chunky style, and my family's like, could you cut these pieces smaller? So I get that.
Yeah, I really like the heartiness. The
Yeah.
soups that are hearty have chunks, personally, but we all have our
Make you feel like you're
preferences.
actually eating something.
That's right. It's not puree.
You're getting a meal here.
Yeah. So the flavor of this is, it's similar to sweet potato, but it's not quite as sweet, and it's not quite as heavy either. The
Oh,
squash
okay.
isn't.
And that's another thing it reminded me of. It did look like sweet potatoes when we were cutting it, or cubed up.
It really does. I mean, you could use sweet potatoes for this recipe, but
Yeah.
I was thinking that since we just had Thanksgiving, that everyone's kind of tired of sweet potatoes, and
Might have
this is
some
not
left.
as heavy, so we want it to be a little bit lighter, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is to get full off a meal, but not feel so full that you feel like you can't move. You know, you want
You want to
you
feel
wanna still
good,
be
right?
active. You know, you don't want to pass out like you do at Thanksgiving.
Right. Because we've got things to do, places to
things-
be.
Yeah,
It's the
man.
holiday season, so.
There's always something to do.
And you can make a big batch of this and freeze it.
Oh.
And most
Have it
soups
throughout the
freeze
winter.
really well. And if you're busy, you got a lot to do, then you got your meal there. You just
There you
serve
go.
it with a piece of bread, right?
There you go.
Okay, so wow, we still have another portion to cube
Oh,
up
wow.
here. So this is a lot. Well, it looks like it's getting a little bit golden.
Yeah, it's starting to
is-
heat up.
That's going to give it some flavor, a little bit of golden brownness.
Okay.
So I've got 7 cups of chicken broth.
All right.
I'm going to put it there. We'll go and turn that all the way up. So we want to get this to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it
Okay.
for a little bit. And to that, we'll add about, however much pepper you like,
Oh, there you go.
half a teaspoon or so. Here, I'll let you do that.
Oh, okay.
And 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, just to give it a little bit of different flavor.
Oh, wow.
It also is going to give it a little bit more sodium. I did get the reduced sodium soy sauce and the reduced sodium chicken broth.
Oh, okay.
But if you had your own homemade chicken broth, that would be even better.
Yeah, there you go.
So I want to show you how to cut up a leek.
Oh, okay.
Now these they have very long green, what would it be called? Stems, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and cut that off because it was so big. And so the part that you're going to eat is the white part and the light green part.
Okay.
So part of the issue with leek is sometimes they have a lot of soil in between the layers. So I'm going to cut that end off. We don't want that. And we will just cut it in half. And see?
Check for dirt.
Yeah, it's got that soil. So I've halved my leek.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cut it again lengthwise.
Okay.
And then you can put them together and then cut them across like that.
Oh, okay.
So the leek is just a very nice, smooth flavored onion. It's in the onion family.
Okay.
And I love them. And a lot of people that can't tolerate onions, they can tolerate leeks because they're milder. So, yeah. So if you want to put some olive oil there, maybe a tablespoon, just coat the bottom of our pan. We're going to saute up these leeks. That'll go so nicely with our butternut.
Okay.
You ready?
Spread the love here. Yep.
Oh yeah, that actually
Yeah, oh
sizzled.
yeah, it's sizzling.
That's good. So about a pound of leeks, 3 large ones makes
Oh, so is that
about
more
a
leek?
pound. That's more leek that I already cut up. So that's a good amount.
That is a good amount.
And so now we have our broth and our butternut squash is boiling. I'm going to turn it down a little. We just want it to simmer a little bit
Okay.
until that squash gets tender. So if you did have leftover turkey, you can always put it in the soup.
Yeah.
Which people are always looking for different ways to use that leftover turkey.
Yeah.
But we're gonna add some chicken in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
If you want it to be vegetarian, you can just add the beans.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put in a tablespoon of tomato paste.
Okay.
That's going to give it some heartiness.
Okay.
And we have 2 cloves of garlic that I've already cut those up.
Okay. So we got
So-
leek and garlic.
Yes. All from the allium family.
Okay.
The smelly ones.
Are they local growers, the allium family?
Haha.
Haha.
Local produce.
Local
for
produce,
sure.
that's for sure, yeah.
This is very seasonal. We can still get our squashes. Usually they're around through February. I mean, they do keep for a long time.
Yeah.
So if you have a garden, it's nice. Just keep them in a cool place, and they will last. Okay, that's cooking up nicely. We just want to get it to where it's soft.
Okay.
And fragrant, of course.
And fragrant.
So our broth here, we know that it's time to blend it whenever the squash is, just kind of falls apart
Oh, yeah.
whenever you push it against the side there.
Oh, okay. So if it
So-
squishes, then you're good.
And you're good. So this is when you get your immersion blender, or you could just use a regular blender and pour it in there.
Then you're going to be careful.
Yes. You want to be very careful.
So you're not
'cause it's
slinging
hot.
boiling water all over the place. Boiling stock.
As you are standing next to me, you say this. And the key with these is just make sure it's down in there.
Yeah, keep it submerged.
And let's see, this one has, I'll start out with the lower power.
Oh, wow. And don't be surprised, it will suck it down to the bottom of the pan.
It does.
It gives it a little suction, so you got to be a little careful. I might give you an assist here, just in case.
Thank you, yes. So that's making our stock really nice and flavorful and
Yep.
thick.
It just gives it a hardiness or something. I don't know. It just thickens it up and makes it more stout or something. I don't know what to say.
I'm not that big of a fan of thin broth.
Oh, okay.
I like it thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It does seem like it's hard. Look at you doing two things there.
I know. I'm a multitasker.
Very impressive.
Most impressive. Although I do like a little brown on my leek over here.
Yeah, that's pretty much done.
Yeah, that's done.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's looking good. All right. Hearty broth.
Hardy, har.
Now, if you
Okay.
want to go ahead, you can pour that
Okay.
in.
Oh, okay.
Turn that back up.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, see, that's going to add a lot more flavor because
Oh, yeah.
the way that we prepared that. Anytime you brown something, it's going to add another layer, right?
Yeah, I want to get some of that
That's what we want.
good juices off of that there. That little tomato stuck on the spatula. Good stuff.
And the butternut squash that we are leaving whole, we put that in now. So
Okay.
the determining factor when it's ready is when the butternut squash is soft.
Okay.
So I've got this back on high, and I'm going to simmer this. It'll probably take about 15 minutes.
Okay. One left.
That was good. Got to get that in there.
Get that one in.
I think I'm going to go ahead and put these beans in.
Oh, okay.
They're not going to. They're already cooked, actually, but I think it'll give them more of the flavor. It will blend more. These are cannellini beans.
Okay.
Or cannellini beans, and it's
Cannellini.
really just a white kidney bean,
Oh, okay.
and they hold their shape really nicely.
Okay. I don't think I've ever cooked with cannellini beans.
So you're in for a treat.
I'm in for a treat.
And the only thing we have left is our chicken, which I use rotisserie chicken that I
Oh,
had,
wow. Yeah.
and just shredded that, and then some sage, 2 tablespoons of sage.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to wait a little bit because when you have fresh herbs, it's better to wait towards the end, maybe the last 10 minutes of cooking.
Oh, okay.
So we'll check this again in about 10 minutes.
All right.
Okay, so I have 2 tablespoons of sage that I chopped up. I used fresh sage. It is also seasonal. It's amazing. I just went out, even after we've had some freezes, I went out and picked the sage and it still looked great. So if you grow sage, it lasts a really long time. It's a great thing to grow.
And because it's fresh, it's very aromatic. I mean, you guys can't smell that, but is incredibly aromatic.
And then I also have the rotisserie chicken, like I said, that I just shredded this. And you could just cook some chicken if you wanted to.
Leftover turkey.
Leftover turkey, yes. But our squash is almost done. So these are, since that chicken's already cooked, we just basically want it to pick up some of the flavors. So we'll let it simmer just for a few more minutes, and it'll be time to taste.
Ooh.
So it looks like this has come together very nicely.
All right.
I'm going to add a little bit of white wine vinegar here at the end, just maybe 2 teaspoons or a tablespoon.
Yeah.
And that just gives it some more dimension. We want to balance out our flavors, right?
Okay.
And like I said, you could just have beans in this if you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have the money for the chicken, because beans are very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, and you can make it go a long way, you know, if you've got a lot of people to feed.
Yes.
It's always good to have.
Most of us eat more meat than what we need anyhow, so.
And it's weird because sometimes you're raised, you know, especially guys, I guess because you are supposed to have protein, but they seem to really want guys to eat a lot of meat.
Right, the big steaks.
You
But
don't
this
have
is
to have it
perfect.
every meal, guys.
And we have some Parmesan cheese, and I know
Okay.
you like Parmesan cheese.
Yeah, you could put that whole container on there. I'd be fine.
So we'll put that
Look
on
at that.
there.
Look at that.
There it
Beautifulness.
is.
Beautifulous.
So I know it's a little bit hot,
Yeah.
so I don't know if you want to try it, but or
Damn
you
the
can
torpedoes.
handle.
Full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
Oh, wow. The bowl is hot, so I'm not too sure about this either now.
Yes.
It is spikily hot. I'm going mainly for the soup part.
This broth is not as thick as I thought it would be, so you can always blend up a little bit more. You
Yeah.
can always put the blender in there and thicken it up a little bit
But it does
more.
give it a good color. I mean, it's got a good color to it.
Yeah,
and
it has a
everything,
good
so.
flavor.
Yeah, and it's got great flavor. I mean, it's really good.
So, you know, if you just have a hot piece of bread,
Oh, man, yeah.
and that's
You're
it. This
set.
is all you need for dinner.
Oh, yeah, this is it. Good stuff. Great recipe. I appreciate you taking the time, Margie.
Well, I'm glad that you like it, and yeah, I hope that you try it at home. And don't let the butternut squash intimidate you. You can tackle it. No problem.
All right.
Just watch out for that knife, okay?
Okay, yeah, be careful.
So I hope you try the recipe.